Welcome to Unlock Your Soul Memory. My name is Iris and I am a provider of hypnotherapy. Today, I'd like to delve into the topic of dysfunctional behavior. So, what does dysfunctional behavior mean? And why are some people plagued by it? But before delving into it, I'd like to explore the wording functional. So, what does functional actually mean when someone is functional in a society? So, someone could be described as being able to control their life. When they have their life under control, when they behave in a way to neither harm themselves nor others, when they fit into the norm, that when they are behaving in an appropriate way in society. And this is actually a question of a range. So people can behave in all shades in between. So, to which degree is someone functioning is the question. Because some people can be described as functioning and functional, but they might actually have a tendency to behave harmful towards themselves or others, but more in a subtle way. It is sort of a gray zone. And quite a lot of people function within the norm of society, but might not be considered as compassionate or humane. So we see there's another issue with that, and the focus for that is the society. So that it's about the societal norm. And it's amazing if someone is just functioning and getting their life together, having a place in society. The question is just, is society having healthy standards? And when we look at society, yeah, we can really ask ourselves, what is the healthy way to treat others or to behave? So this actually plays into why some people become dysfunctional. Considering if you have a culture which excludes learning how to healthily integrate the own emotion. And that's the key element. Because if we live in a society that usually suppresses emotions, where the focus is on goal achievement, on success, on material things, but not on mental health, it can easily get out of balance. So, the main focus in our society is goal achievement and competition. Just looking at the school system, where you either get it or if you don't get it, you are downgraded. And this might sound a bit extreme, but that's the way how we treat others. They either achieve and we are praising them for it, or they don't. And then, while they are at a lower standard, so a behavior gets dysfunctional when someone has difficulties living their everyday life, when everyday tasks become exhausting, draining, when someone starts to harm themselves or others with their behavior. And it doesn't even need to be intentional. It's very often an unconscious pattern that they are acting out, so it feels they are out of control. Someone is considered as showing dysfunctional behavior when they show a behavioral pattern which is out of the norm. It can be compulsive behavior, avoidant behavior, excessive behavior, all sorts of behavior, which can be described as either too much or not enough. And it's a strategy actually to disconnect from something which is a mess within. When someone is plagued by dysfunctional behavior, it might even feel as if something else is driving them. It's out of their control, and it appears as if they are not able to handle the present situation, and very often they aren't because they are overwhelmed. And there's a truth to it. Something outside of their influence messes with them. And that's because dysfunctional behavior, as such, results from suppressed aspects of the own life. And these are working under the surface. These are coming to the surface. When we have to hide a certain experience because there is just no space to process it, we stuff it away. Then maybe the next thing which feels unsettling is happening to us, and we again hide this. So we have all these experiences that are undealt with, working in our subconscious mind, and we are trying to function. We are trying to still keep our everyday life and are running on the hamster wheel and just give everything to further fit in. So, one incident after another making us hide more and more of ourselves, and hiding it is very draining, very exhausting. It takes a lot of energy to suppress all the stuff. And there might be triggers happening to us, triggers in everyday life, moments that really get to us, reminding us of the hidden pain, where we just try to act in a way to avoid the pain again. We are trying our best to keep on going just to be able to have our place in society with our peers, with family. But after a while, it might just be too much, and the own system, the nervous system, the own self just says, no more. I'm done with that. I've had enough. And in those moments, we might not even understand ourselves, but those are the moments when things get out of control. And we even have tried so hard. We were the good girl, the good boy. We gave our best and then ended up in this mess. And the reason for that is because we, along the way, just followed what others told us and suppressed what we felt inside in order to fit in order to function. So we do believe that we should have tried harder. We should have adjusted ourselves better. So we point the finger to ourselves very often. And the fact actually is that this overwhelm that we are dealing with in those situations is a reflection of what is unsolved inside. And the problem is not the emotion itself, and the problem is not that we should have acted it out, but the problem is that we never learned how to really deal with them, how to properly soothe them and integrate them. So we are living in a society where the plastering of real wounds without proper care is normal, and where we are so used to placing the symptoms into a position where we make them appear to be part of our identity. So this dysfunctional behavior sometimes becomes a part of our identity. But the symptoms are not us. They do not make us. They are a result of suppressing the truth, suppressing the stories, the emotions, the experience, which results in being dysfunctional. And it can also result in being overtly functional, because just numbing the emotions down can also be a driving factor for some people to be high achievers, which doesn't help them in a certain way either, because they are not allowing themselves to have a healthy relationship to themselves. So if you suffer from some form of dysfunctional behavior, there is a way out. Maybe it's not the quickest way, maybe it needs patience, but just consider all this kind of behavior is there for a very good reason. Your story is trying to tell you something. And it's not about suppressing it, it's not about acting it out, but about addressing it in a safe space, in a safe environment. And I'm talking out of my own experience here because I was having quite some dysfunctional behavior years ago, and I wasn't very happy about it, but I didn't understand myself. And that's the main reason why I'm sharing these videos, because I feel the key element is to first try to understand yourself, and from there on work on the things that are coming to the surface, because the healing always lies within. It's an inner process that takes maybe some courage and takes some energy, but it's the most releasing and freeing, liberating move you can do yourself. Trusting the healing is inside, moving towards your own liberation. So if you wish to learn more about me, please check out my website. And if you like to leave a comment, I'd be more than happy. So thanks for listening, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.